Today, I want to talk with you about how everything in our lives is about priorities. Where do you put that one thing that you want to do in your priority order of the day, of the month, of a lifetime, which determines whether if you're gonna get that one thing that you want or get the most out of that one thing that you are doing. And eventually, it all comes down to priorities. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say I want to lose weight. Right now, I'm losing weight. And this is probably one of the top priorities in my life. And what I mean by this is one of the top priorities in my life, I mean that I want to lose weight and almost nothing. I would go and say nothing even will distract me from getting to the weight I want to get. I started from 96 kilos and right now I'm 80, 85 something. So I already lost like 10, 11 kilos. And my main goal was to go down from 85, to go below 85. And I'm thinking of maybe keep going until I'm 80. But my point is, from 96 to 85 kilos, I was locked in. I didn't care right, left. I didn't care what other people told me. I didn't care about anything because I knew that if I'm going to continue that path, after 1 kilo, after 2 kilos, then I'm going to lose the weight that I want to lose. Whether if it's hard, whether if I have another things to do, with my life, school, job, whatever. I put losing weight and everything that comes with it, whether it's training, whether it's eating right, on the top priority of my life. Therefore, it means that I'm not eating junk food, even if I'm with friends at night, late going out, whatever. I'm not drinking because alcohol has a lot of calories in it, And in times where I would go out and drink 3-4 beers is already a lot of calories, and it would be a hard time to lose weight if I want to lose weight and drinking that amount of beers and alcohol. It means keeping your health, good. It means eating the right foods, eating the right macros, eating the right calories, the right amount of calories that is required for me to lose weight. And on top of that, I need to do also cardio to make the losing weight even more efficient. And I need to sleep right. So all of those things are within the package of me losing weight. And therefore, I am prioritize each one of those in the top of my priorities. And often we tend to not getting what we want or not getting the results we want from certain actions we do. And we tend to wonder why, we tend to wonder why. But most of the time it's really just prioritizing, it's our priority. And where do we put that one thing into our priority list, because we all know that if you're going to just do what you need to do, what you need to do long enough, then you're going to get the outcome that you want, And for some things, it's not like that, that clear, that, you're eating that amount or you training that amount and you lose weight, or because some things are pretty vague, whether it's, I don't know, making money or whatever else you can think of. But some stuff requires more time and it's not so black and white, it's not like you're going to do something and immediately you're going to see the outcome. But the same principle works here though, same principle works here. So if you're going to put on your top priorities to make money, eventually you're gonna, and I know it's easier said than done, and I'm also lacking in a lot of these spaces in my life, but I'm just saying it as an general understanding to start and implement those in all relevant layers in our lives, because I'm already implemented in different stuff, like my training, my fitness journey, and reading, and making these podcasts, not podcasts, but making these videos, consistency. And everything you took in your top priority, you're gonna see value back. You're gonna see results back, even if sometimes it's not immediate, but you're gonna see eventually, everything you put in your top priorities, you're gonna see value in return. And this is a fact, and it might not take a day or two, but this is a fact. And this is also where you just stop making excuses, you have to stop making excuses. And it can be with you learning a new language, it can be with you learning a new skill, it can be with you wanting to do anything, but you're just making excuses about it instead of prioritizing it and to put it in your top priorities and say, nothing is coming in my way towards what I want to do, And I know I'm not talking about life circumstances, because some of us are just have certain life circumstances that preventing us from putting stuff in our top priorities, but you need to be true with yourself. Is it really a life circumstance, or am I just making excuses, And this is something that you have to require from yourself. I always talk about it here in the channel, but to be able to look in the mirror and be true with yourself. Am I just lazy? Am I just don't want to prioritize it because it's hard? Or is it really because I have a life circumstances that prevents me from doing that? And also, even then, some people will come and say, like, I came from nothing, I came from the bottom, And there are stories, but I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying that a lot of the times we are being lazy. And we need to stop making excuses. And it's all about prioritizing whatever we want to do, And if you're going to think for yourself for a second, what do you want to do that you are not prioritizing? It can be anything, again. It can be fixing relationship with your family. It can be going on a trip. It can be saving money. It can be losing weight. It can be becoming more intelligent, whatever. Think with yourself about one thing now. And ask yourself, why am I not doing it? I want to say a lot of percent, 80% is excuses. Say the reason out loud now. Probably what you're saying is an excuse. And even if it's a hard to digest excuse, maybe you're telling yourself, oh, but it's hard, or it requires money, whatever. If you take a pen and a paper, you can find a way to make it work long term, If you prioritize it correctly. Because if you prioritize that one thing, you're going to put everything aside if you really want it badly, You're going to put aside the time you have with your friends. You're going to put aside the time you have with your family. You're going to put aside the fun things that you need to sacrifice in order to do that one thing or become that one thing. But at the end of the day, it's all about prioritizing. And now I had a conversation with my roommate about him wanting to run a marathon, And it's like an 18-week program, but we talked about what he needs to sacrifice for that, eating good, running every day. And if he's going to do that, he knows for 100% that he's going to make it. But if he wouldn't do that, then I cannot say for 100% that he's going to be able to run a marathon, But for some things, it's really clear, you do that without making excuses and you need to prioritize it, then the outcome will be that. For some things is more vague and more changes are getting into the equation. But at the end of the day, it's the same principle. And this is why we need to start prioritizing and stick to it. Doesn't matter how hard it gets. The things that we want to do and become. And it can be from the smallest habit to our biggest goals. It's all about prioritizing. And that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. So if you guys are not subscribed yet, please do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.